All right. Live on YouTube for the weekly channeling. Let me go live on TikTok. Okay. Looks like we're up and running. Hello, YouTube. I see several of you on already. All right. Hello to TikTok as well. All right. I think I see some familiar names on TikTok. So if it's your first time, I am channeling for my weekly channeling. And so I do trans channel. So I won't be seeing your comments, but I would love if you would leave one. Oh, hey, Tina. Good to see you. All right. I am going to go over to my Ascension membership. Hello.
Hello.
I almost said good morning. It's not morning. My days are all mixed up. I feel like I'm kind of living in a twilight zone right now. It's what I really do feel like. My brain is like on another planet. Okay. Okay, can you hear? I think you can hear me on YouTube, and I think you can hear me on TikTok. So I think I'm good to go.
Angie, I'm facilitating for Mandy tonight.
Okay. I'm going to hand over host then.
Okay.
So many questions already. I don't think it's a good thing for me to see all these before I get on, because I'm like, oh my God, I'm already freaking out. But they keep saying, no, just trust us. You don't have to answer it. I'm like, okay, you're right. Well, let me get over myself here. So, all right. Well, I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay. We are here to assist you with this transmission of light frequency, an exchange of understanding of yourself, so that you can comprehend yourself in a frequency that is more aligned with your original form. We would like to assist you in understanding how frequency works at this time and comprehending the emotions in which you hold in with your body and mind. Each one of you were given a gift when you entered to this physical realm called emotion. And within emotion, you are capable of receiving signals through frequencies of each emotion that guide you towards a path of alignment with your truth or away from the alignment of who you are. As humanity is shifting in its consciousness and comprehending who it is beyond the physical form, You will begin to notice that you are becoming more aware of the emotions you hold within your physical vessel. You will become aware of how you react and respond to things around you and how you are receiving, interpreting the reactions from others. As you see, everything is divinely orchestrated within the universe to provide a way back to self. There is never any separation from the source of energy, from the God frequency in which you may call on earth, as there is never a way to separate from your true self. As you navigate these emotions and frequencies within your body as a human, you will begin to become more aware of what frequencies are aligning you with truth and love, and what frequencies are aligning you with something that may be connected to a third dimensional mindset or view. When you allow yourself to see yourself in a different way, using the tools as a system of truth and not something to hinder you, you will be guided to a frequency of alignment that will allow you to hold a light form within your frequency of DNA and in the physical vessel that also radiates outside of the physical vessel, shifting the energy around you. This is also what gives you more connection with humans on that same level of frequency and with the frequencies of nature around you, or even the animal kingdom. As you resonate together, as you align your frequencies more with a frequency of the divine, with love, you will begin to feel a understanding that each one of you hold light. And when you honor yourself, you are honoring the others around you. Remember that your emotions are simply like a code of remembrance. When you allow the codes to guide you, they will guide you back to yourself. Your original form of frequency is peace, is the ability to maintain a frequency of love for yourself and those around you. It also resonates at a frequency of joy and being able to feel content with your experience. This does not mean that you do not desire more as a physical being or want to grow or learn or experience other things that you have not yet experienced. But as you experience them, you engage with them in a new way. Many of you may have noticed that the way you see things are changing and the way you interact with things are changing. At one point, you maybe have passed by an object or something in nature without even giving acknowledgement to it. And at this time, something is drawing you towards it. Something is guiding you to connect with parts of the divine that also reconnect you with yourself. This is why you are seeing differently. Some of you may even be portraying and seeing the codes of energy that are held in the light around you, where you are picking up where those codes are and how to relate with them in the light frequency. It is not that you need to understand all of this at this time. We encourage you to remain in the place you are without fighting it. When you allow yourself to be stable and at a frequency of love within yourself, and noticing the emotions, sensations, and feelings that come towards you, you use them as tools instead of obstacles that keep you from moving forward. You all have divine guidance within you. You are just now learning to trust that divine guidance as it resonates within your physical vessel and moves through the nervous system and mind to help you to comprehend yourself and the world around you in a new way. You may begin to see things brighter around yourself, and there may even be experiences that you come up against where you feel disoriented. These moments are often when your physical vessel are shifting into a new frequency. So we encourage you to allow that to take place in a natural way. And the less that you fight against it or wish it away, and the more you allow it, the quicker these shifts become. We hope that as you continue this process of ascension, that you will be able to notice the gifts that you have been given to guide you in the ascension process that you are all here working through as you each divinely chose this purpose and timeline to be here on earth at this moment for this time. We hope that this has been helpful for you to comprehend why you may be feeling and sensations within yourself and in your emotions as you are shifting consciousness. We are now ready to receive your questions.
Heather, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can. This one is for Myra. Over 20 years ago, something happened to me that I cannot fully explain. I do not know exactly what it is called, but I believe it was spiritual in nature. One evening, I was getting ready to see my sister at a party while I was ironing my clothes. I suddenly began repeating, "Thank you, Jesus." I said it over and over again for about 1 to 2 minutes. During this time, I felt as though I had no control over my body. I dropped to the ground and experienced what felt like convulsions. Then, just as suddenly as it began, it stopped. I remembered saying, "Whoa, what was that?" I thanked Jesus again and continued getting ready. That evening, I went to see my sister. We had a wonderful time together. The next morning, I received a call from her boyfriend. He told me that my sister had been shot. Since then, I have often wondered what happened to me that evening. Was it a spiritual experience, a warning, an intercession, or something else entirely? I would like to understand what it might have been called and whether it was a spiritual gift. If so, how can I reconnect with that experience, learn from it, and better understand how to work with it in my life today?
In the many layers of this question, we will attempt to bring clarity to the situation in which you experienced. Many times, humans can receive information prior to events that take place in their life. If you are able to pick up on these frequencies, the subtle shifts or changes within your body or emotions or energy field around you will prepare you for things that may yet to come. In this moment, what we can see was you were having an experience. Of course, it was a spiritual experience, as everything is spiritual. You just do not see it that way on earth. And in everything you do every day, there's no way to disconnect yourself from spiritual experiences. You are having a spiritual experience now. When you make your dinner, you are having a spiritual experience. When you mow your yard, you are having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being. You are a soul spirit engaging in a physical reality. So everything that you experience can be related to something what you call spiritual. However, in this instance, what you were sensing and feeling was a shift in the quantum field around you of something that was yet to happen, had not fully manifested in the physical realm. And so, in some ways, you were being connected with souls or frequencies that were supporting you in that moment to prepare you for what was about to come. And in this, the information was allowing you to have knowledge of yourself as you moved through this process. As these things take place in your life, and as that event took place, there were supports and guidance within that, whether you can see that or not, that allowed that experience to take place as it was predestined in many ways, as a contract created between all of the souls involved. This was an attempt to teach you or guide you in an experience that you wanted to have here on earth, to understand what it felt like in that type of circumstance, to have a life form and what you may call taken, and engaging in the process of moving through the emotions that come up with those events that take place in your life. This is not necessarily a positive event, we understand, from the Earth's perspective. And it is not something we necessarily agree with that humans engage in, and we wish them better to treat themselves and other humans with more love and dignity, allowing them to have the experience in a different way. However, due to the soul's desire to have experiences here on earth, these things have taken place on the earth, and you are going to soon come to an ending of these times on earth, as long as humanity allows themselves to shift their reality into a love frequency, seeing each other as one. So in this case, it is not necessarily anything other than you were experiencing a pre-notion or a frequency of knowledge prior to the event that was preparing your frequency to be able to handle what was about to take place in your physical reality. These things happen often. Many times you may get a feeling or notice something in your field of conscious. Maybe you run into something or feel something prior to an event taking place. And then when it takes place, you can say, oh, I had a feeling this would happen. Or maybe I didn't know this would happen, but I feel I was prepared for this in some type of way. And this is what we see was taking place with your particular energy before this event took place. And you are capable of tuning into this at any moment and any time if you so wish to in that moment, because you were in a state of relaxation where you were able to receive information, that channeling of light that came through you, through your support team, what you may even call guides, were giving you insight information prior to the event so that you could hold a frequency of trust as you moved through it. We hope that this was beneficial and helpful for you to understand.
Thank you. The next question is for Monica. I have been experiencing what feels like a spiritual awakening, and recently I've had dreams and experiences that have left me questioning whether they are genuine guidance or deceptive influences. How can I discern the difference between authentic spiritual guidance and fear-based or misleading energies? What are the most reliable ways to trust my intuition while remaining open and protected on my path?
You are all given the gift of your true self frequency, what you call intuition within yourself. And as we were speaking prior about emotions and feelings, when you trust yourself, you will trust the information coming to you. It is that oftentimes humans do not trust themselves. They do not have the ability to hold a frequency where they know and remember who they are. Therefore, they can invite negative experiences into their reality. But this is not necessarily to harm or hinder them. It is to allow them to have that experience, to then choose what other options they would like to take place. So in this, when you are engaging with a dream state, you are also responsible for how you are engaging with it based on the frequency that you hold within your awake state. as you are the holder of your own frequency. When you believe that you are going to be attacked by something or something negative is coming towards you, you are attracting that. And we would ask you why. Why would you want to do that other than to give yourself an experience in that type of energy? So, if you were to trust yourself by getting to know yourself more closely, spending more time within your heart frequency, allowing yourself to be still within your mind, understanding how your intuitive notions and emotions guide you, then you will not have these moments of fear of engaging with something that could be hindering or harmful to you, as you will no longer need those to teach yourself or to guide yourself. As you may not understand, even a dark energy or spirit is playing a role to help humanity to have an experience. So it is up to you to decide, what do I want to engage in? Do I want to engage in negative frequency experiences, or do I want to raise my frequency and vibrate at a love where I am protected all times? And there is nothing else I need to do except for trust the divine is always there within me. I am the divine. I hold light within me. Where there is light, darkness cannot reside. So we encourage you to shift your vibration, become aware of what it is that causes you these fears, why they are in your mind, what caused them, and where they came from, if that is helpful for you, and shift the thought around it. If you allow yourself to just shift the thought around these, then you do not have to go back through the history to find, why do I believe this? At some point in some time, someone said to you, there are evil spirits attacking you. There is negative vibrations wanting to harm you. Due to that experience, you brought in a belief, and then you begin to resonate at that belief, which then allowed you to have the experiences that you then get to choose. Do I want to continue to have, or do I want to shift in my understanding of myself, hold a vibration that is of light, where I do not have to have any worry around this? It is all about your frequency. Oil and water do not mix. When you hold a frequency that is clear and pure, you will not resonate at a frequency that attracts things into your reality that could pull you into that. However, because you are here to have a human experience, these are not necessarily things that are meant to harm you, but to give you an experience. And as Earth ascends, even these beings that have played these roles of what you call darkness are also ascending alongside you. As you all are rising in your vibration, there is no more reason for them to play that role, because the role they played was within that lower frequency third dimension. Once you have shifted out of that, there is no need for the interactions of that lower form of entity to be in that reality, because there is no need for the experience any longer, because you do not want it. So, as you have these experiences, what we would encourage you to do is spend the moments where you can evaluating, where are my beliefs? How am I believing? What energy am I connecting to, even on a daily basis? And how am I treating myself? How am I relating to myself? Am I holding fear within my physical body and mind? Or am I holding love within my physical body and mind? We hope this is helpful.
Thank you. Another question from Monica. Could you ask about solar ray star seeds or bumblebee star seeds?
Humans are so funny. They like to make things up often. And this is a made up label, we will say. But if you were to diagnose the idea of this and look into what it could be actually perceiving, it is just different forms of light on the earth at this time and how they are functioning within the quantum field. You may say that the sun ray beings are the ones that are shifting frequency by just being. Some of you are just light, and wherever you are, it transforms energy, and there is not a need to teach or speak or do anything other than be. Once you raise your vibration into a place where you can maintain it, wherever you go, you are impacting that energy. If you could imagine that you are a light that walks around on this earth, what does light do? It transforms anything at a lower frequency or dark energy. So if you maintain that, you will walk this earth and change the frequency, helping the things around you to shift and bringing more light into those areas. So this is what you may call the sun ray ones. The bumblebees, you call, would be more so those who are here to interact with the other humans through teaching or healing or guidance, anything that might give a connection through vocalizing or showing or being an example. These are the beings of light that came to interact with the humans that are ascending, to give them the ability to see themselves differently. So they are reflecting back to those humans who they are in order for them to remember. It is not that the sun rays are not also doing it, it is just not as much of an interaction with the other humans around them. So this is technically what you could call the difference between these two types of volunteers or light workers you call on earth, star seeds that are here to support the ascension, just playing different roles. We hope this helps.
Thank you. This question is for Becca. Does music temporarily affect human frequency or vibration? If so, is there specific music that can raise or lower it?
Well, yes, music impacts vibration just as all sound impacts vibration. Your voice impacts vibration and energy around you. This is why when you speak negative things, you are shifting your vibration. If you were to speak things about yourself that are harmful or to shame yourself, you are lowering your frequency. You are teaching your energetic field to resonate at the field that is connected to the words that you were speaking, the vibration of the words that you were speaking. If you were to shift your voice into a loving connection, that frequency that comes through it also will shift the vibration of your physical vessel, mind, and body. So just as your voice has power and frequency in it, so does all other tones and sounds and music on the earth. Much of the music that has been created on earth is at a vibration of 440. This vibration is not necessarily completely negative, as all vibrations play a role in some way, but it has at times hindered the human conscious mind from receiving information from themselves through their intuition. So, just like anything else that you engage in, pay attention to how it makes you feel. Does it make you feel light and vibrant and joyful and loving? Or does it make you feel down, sad, angry, resentful? All of these emotions play parts in how your vibration resonates. And so anything that you engage with is going to be important to notice how that impacts you. If you were to use other vibrations that were more aligned with the frequency of the universe, such as 432 hertz. This frequency aligns with even your divine frequency in the soul. So as humanity ascends and awakens, even the music is going to be changing over time with a higher frequency in order to help consciousness continue to rise. We hope that this helps.
I have a couple of questions for Mandy. Her first question is, what happened to my dog Howard last night? He was outside and I could hear him crying. When I got outside, his right leg was hurt. 3 hours later, he was running and playing without a care. I'm curious what happened to him and if he's okay.
Let us see if we can see what happened. It does appear as if there were another animal that he engaged with for a short time. However, due to you coming out of your home, it did create a fearful moment for this animal to run away. And it did not really hurt your dog. That is why it was engaging in play very shortly after. This dog has a deep connection with you and wanted to use that experience as a way to be closer to you as well. We hope this helps.
I have a second question from her. She said, I was on the healer's call today and I got a headache. This has happened before. And as soon as I was off the call, the headache went away. Am I picking up on someone's energy or the collective energy? And how can I keep this from happening?
This is just simply a vibration that is not necessarily in alignment at the moment, but it is due to being around a frequency in which you are shifting into. As we are working on the physical vessel of Angie at this time, and we are helping her frequency to open up to carry more light so that we can channel more freely through her. But the engagement that we have had with her physical vessel and body has caused some, not necessarily harm, but it has caused her to not feel aligned with herself the last several days. And due to the frequency being too high for her, when she was engaging with the circle call today, some others may have felt the frequency that are sensitive to energetic exchanges and to feel light frequencies that might change the field around you. And the reason you felt better after getting off the call is because you disconnected from that frequency. However, as you all continue to move forward and meet, you will all begin to shift into this as well. And so we encourage you to not fight this. We hope this helps.
Yes, thank you. I have a couple of questions for me. Today, I felt very drawn and connected to sit with my trees again. And when I did so, I just felt them pouring so much love into me. I just felt a lot of love with nature around me today. I'm wondering, I then asked the question, well, okay, then I saw a dragonfly. And I'm wondering, was that a message from my mom or am I just observing it?
We did not necessarily see this as a message from your mom. However, you could assign it as that. But there was a synchronization that was taking place within you and nature, which attracted this dragonfly to you, where they felt safe in your frequency. Many humans are going to be having more of these experiences. They will notice that things around them are noticing them. And this is just the coherence of you aligning with the nature frequency and resonating at a rhythm within it that allows you to feel as if you are one with all things around you, because you are. So you were having a moment and an experience of feeling at one with all things in that moment of time, which then also reminded you of your mother, which may have been why you thought of your mother in that moment when the dragonfly did come. But the dragonfly didn't necessarily hold the frequency of your mother. It just had a remembrance that it brought through because of the state you were in at the moment. We hope that helps.
Yes. And I heard the words when I sat there for a minute, and I could have been making this up, but wanted maybe confirmation. But I felt like I heard the words, be still and know that I'm here. And I don't know if that was
Yes.
coming from my higher self or
What do you think?
I wasn't sure if it was a message from my mom or a message from my higher self or my spirit team. Maybe you can clarify.
We think that you know. We would
My
like you
higher
to
self.
trust yourself. Of course it was.
Yeah. Okay.
This
I
is
love that.
happening at all times. Many of you your own voice sounds very familiar to you, correct?
Yes.
So when you hear from yourself, it's going to sound like yourself. So sometimes when you hear messages that might be coming from yourself, there's just a subtle shift in the frequency and how it comes through. It is not necessarily coming through your human mind, but coming through maybe outside of you in a way. If you could feel how it comes towards you, get to know how your thoughts work. This is how we will guide you. Is this thought coming from inside of my brain, or is it dropping into my brain? Maybe if you can notice those little subtle shifts and how you were hearing from your own self, your divine self, your higher self, that will give you a little bit more ability to notice and follow those promptings. It is not that you were not also hearing from your other beings of light around you. It is just in that moment, you were connecting with the oneness of you, and you were hearing yourself calming your physical vessel to remind you of who you are, because you are the divine. Just as the I am is, you were remembering and reminding yourself, I am. So you can be still and know. We hope that helps.
Yes. Can I ask a question to maybe help clarify that internal verse versus maybe something dropping into me? I feel like I had an experience with a client a few months ago where she left, and her father, who was passed, I felt that he gave me a message. Was that coming from my higher self in a wishful thought, or my own thought coming through, or did that actually come from him?
That was actually from him.
Okay, so then I can distinguish the difference then. Okay,
Yes.
awesome. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Heather, do you want to go?
Yeah. I've been seeing the name Thomas for probably the last year. What is the significance of that?
Well, why do you want to see Thomas?
I don't know. I just feel like I notice it all the time, and I don't know.
We do believe that you are trying to get yourself a message.
Okay.
We will tell you, we are hesitating because there is a part of us that understands that this is something you are wanting to understand on your own. We do not want to intervene with something that you are wanting to discover. Hold on, let us check. There is guidance coming through to allow you to discover this on your own, but what we will help guide you towards is that language of guiding you towards. We hope that that clue will help you in some way. Sit with that guidance.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And my next question is, so I followed my intuition and went on this trip this last weekend, and then my dad ended up in the hospital. Was it just like, was I following my intuition because I knew that was going to happen, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to ask, just more clarity around why we went to Colorado and then he went into the hospital.
Well, he is a physical human, so the interaction that he had on this trip did cause his body to tire, but this is not something that you need to take responsibility for, as you followed your highest excitement and did what you felt was aligned and gave him a very joyful experience as well. So in this, he is the one attempting to teach himself how to maintain his physical vessel and body and to not dip down into this frequency that he is using to teach himself right now. So in this case, it is not necessarily that it was pre-planned that he would go into what you call the hospital after your trip. It is that you created an experience, and then he had the responsibility of how he was going to maintain himself throughout that and after. So it is not necessarily anything anyone caused. It is just simply how the human experience is. And when you are in a physical vessel, there are things that can happen in the physical realm that cause the physical body to react to things such as overextending itself when it is not ready to do so. We hope that helps.
Yes, thank you.
Amy?
Yeah, thanks. Last week or so, I had a hypnosis session, and in that session, I connected with one of my spirit guides. And I normally, when I try to connect to my spirit guides or higher self, only my higher self comes through. So I was really excited about that, and I found out her name is Shasta, which is really cool. Can you tell me, what can you tell me about her and how she helps me and like what energy she is?
Why would you want us to give it away?
I don't know. I just thought of it as I was sitting here. I don't know if I need to just keep that to myself.
It is not necessarily what we are saying about keeping it to yourself, but we would like to help humans to trust themselves more, as we may have insights and guidance for you or information, but it may not always be beneficial for us to share all of it with you, as you would like to have your own experiences on earth as well. If we told you everything you wanted to know at all times, there would be nothing that you needed to do on your end. You are here having an experience. So as you get to know yourself and you get to know this particular guide more, then you will build a connection with them and you will get to know who they are, where they're from, and how they are related to you in the energetic field. And so we see this as a beautiful opportunity for you to trust yourself when you become still and know what you have within you to connect with that divine guide that you have known for many, many, many light years. We hope that helps.
Yeah. So a follow-up question to that would be, when I do, want to connect to my spirit team, it's just always my higher self that comes through. I don't know how to connect to my spirit. Well, I mean, I'm sure I do.
Well, you just did. I don't know how.
I don't know what are some advice or help you can give me to
get out of your own way.
Like when I ask for messages, it always comes from my higher self instead of my.
Well, do you not understand that your higher self is also a guide?
Yeah.
You are a guide to yourself. So if you're receiving the information, then why are you worried about where it's coming from?
Well, because when I ask my higher self, it's more high level stuff, like go in your heart. Like it's very high level, high energy. And I guess sometimes I want more like concrete, like more earthly type of guidance that I feel like maybe would come from my spirit guides versus my higher self.
This is interesting. Earthly guidance.
Just like, like physical issues I'm having, or guidance for the day, or like just things I'm dealing with.
Do you
with myself
trust that if you needed to have information that you would receive it?
I mean, basically, yeah.
Okay. So we encourage you to sit with that. I trust that I always receive the information I need when I need it, whether that is from my higher self or what we call my spirit guides. Guides are not meant to be intervening and interfering with your everyday activities. That is not their role, is to be up in your business all the time. They are there to guide you, to allow you to have a human experience. They will not intervene. They will simply nudge you a little bit. Go over here because you're not really going the right way. And in the nudging, you have the responsibility to follow that. And so you are always talking to your spirit team, whether you know that or not. It is just that you need to trust that you are. And now that you have information to one of them, we encourage you to sit and ask that particular being to come through and to teach you how to hear from them and the other beings around you, as this is also part of something you chose to experience when you came into this current reality, as you are working on aligning your frequency and ascending. This is a part of that, because as you trust yourself, the information that you receive from the divine guidance around you is something you're going to notice. Oh, wait, I have always known this. This is not new to me. These are things that I know. When you are so deeply connected to your own self and your higher self, you are receiving the exact same information that your spirit team will give you. They're not separate. They're one energy. They're all guiding you to the highest, most aligned path for you. And you are that powerful to be able to do so. We understand it's fun to talk to other beings around you and to know that they're there supporting and guiding you. And you can at times become close to them if you so wish to. But maybe for you, your main focus is meant to be with your higher self. And then you trust yourself to make the earthly decisions because you're connected to that. But it doesn't mean that you cannot build a connection with the other beings of light around you. All you need to do is let them know that you would like to, and then rest and trust. We see in your energy that you might have a hard time sitting still and allowing yourself to receive information. Does this feel true sometimes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we would encourage you to focus more on stillness. And we understand it is very difficult as a human. We hear this from humans all the time. I can't. And as we were speaking before about language and words that come out of your mouth, what you say, you will manifest. So we encourage you to teach yourself, I can, and just increase the amount of stillness that you sit in over time, and release the idea that you have to have something come to you in a powerful, magnificent, lightning bolt way. The way that your divine guidance guides you, the team assigned to you, is very subtle. It's almost as if they're whispering around you, much like we introduced ourselves to Angie. We shared, we are whispers. Therefore, when she hears us, it's often very, very, very faint. It's just like, oh, we're here. And then she acknowledges, oh, you're there. And over time, because she has sat with us enough to trust us, and really is about trusting herself, not necessarily us, we have been able to share with her information, and she can feel the subtle shifts of receiving that through her human understanding. So when you sit in a meditative state, here's what we will encourage you to do. Sit and connect to your higher self. You know this voice already, correct?
Yes.
As you connect with your higher self, shift your mind to just a little bit further out from that understanding, and ask this other divine being of light to step forward into your energetic field and see if you notice a shift. See if you can notice a change. It is not going to be loud. It is not going to be something that is easily noticed, but over time, you will begin to notice it. Just continue to practice that. And then there will be a moment that this being will come through so clearly. You are going to raise your vibration so quickly because of the excitement and joy that's going to come from that experience. And that is why we do not want to give you any more information, because of what you are going to experience when you have this contact that is going to allow you to feel joy, to raise your own frequency. And we look forward to seeing this taking place for you. Does this help?
Yes, very much so. Thank you. I had another question, but I'll let some other people go first to know if there's more time, I'll ask another one.
How kind of you.
Mary?
Yes. I wanted to know, can I paint essence of people and things on earth and beings? And how would I achieve that?
Are you speaking of the frequency?
Yes.
Well, if you would like to, yes, of course you can. It is just something that you have to trust that you are able to do. The essence is the frequency of personality around people. And so it could be fun for you to play around with what you see in people's quantum field or energetic field or aura, you may call here on Earth, and how there might be different tones or sounds or symbols or different ways of expressing itself around each human. Because if you were to actually fully see into the energetic field of a human, you would see many, many, many things outside of just light. You would see the essence, the codes, the frequencies, the sounds, the symbols, the makeup of the entire being that resides within a universal consciousness and frequency. As these auras and lights that you hold within your human vessel are so very magnificent and powerful, that if you were able to capture that, it would have so much more in it than what you could comprehend. So if you would like to explore that, that is something you could look into. Again, as we spoke before, this is all about trusting yourself when you engage with these things. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Sunday night, I was at a ball game and I looked up into the sky to see where the moon was. And I saw this cloud. It looked like an angel above us. I was wondering, does other beings use the cloud sometime to be there?
Clouds are always used. We use clouds. Clouds are great ways for us to interact with the humans. We are, we will not say spying on you, but we do interact with that frequency to stay hidden in places at times. So it is not necessarily that this cloud was an actual being, but there was a resonance that you created with this particular cloud that allowed you to connect with it and to remind you of angelic beings or beings of light that might be supporting humanity. In that particular moment, there really was nothing in that energy other than a frequency of alignment or remembrance that you were having with yourself. So we could even say that that was you and you were it. We hope that helps.
Yes, thank you very much.
Deb?
Thank you. A couple of days ago, I had walked into my kitchen and I had 2 sweet potatoes sitting on my counter. And I swear one of them was moving, rocking back and forth. Did I see that correctly?
What a unique experience that you had.
It was.
When we look into the experience that you had, we can see that there may have been a little bit of a movement or vibration in one of those. And it is interesting because I think you created this for yourself in order to allow yourself to have an experience of understanding vibration. As you have moved through an understanding of yourself and the energetic field around you, you are engaging with things differently and you are allowing yourself to see yourself and the energetic field around you in new ways as well. So as you continue to shift your vibration, you might notice these things taking place around you more often, where frequencies are shifting or moving things. And you might begin to interact with things around you in new ways where it feels like things are moving, but maybe it's just a vibrational shift that you are picking up within the quantum field. As we continue to work with the human race and the human race continues to rise their frequency, you might have things around you that take place like this more often, such as even lights flickering or energetic exchanges with technology, as all things are attempting to vibrate higher in the quantum field of ascension. And as you as humans interact with all of them, you will notice these shifts as well. We hope this helps.
That does help because, yes, I have been really enthralled in learning about frequency and vibration the last month and a half.
Yes, we have seen.
My next question and my last question is, do you have any advice for me regarding working through that? Of just understanding it and knowing how it exactly works.
This is about you resonating with yourself. And so as you explore frequency, as you explore sounds, as you explore energy around you, you are actually exploring yourself because you are all those things. And so it may take some time to integrate frequencies of understanding within your human vessel, but this is also just a remembrance of your own soul's energy. So at times, your physical vessel may struggle to maintain what you are learning. And in those moments, just understand that a shift is taking place to allow more light to be in your physical vessel. So, as we have spoken before, throughout the process of being still and engaging with yourself, and for Earth, the meditative state is one of the most powerful things that a human can do as they are working on connecting with the divine essence of themselves. Many humans struggle with this because they expect things to happen quickly. And in your physical form, things do not happen quickly the way that you wish. As you ascend, as your frequency becomes lighter, things will become more quick and speed up in the energetic field and physical realm. But that is going to require you to let go of many dense emotions and feelings that could manifest around you, as everything is a manifestation of what you have all been putting into the quantum field. So when you are experiencing negative vibrations or emotions and feelings, that is all the humans vibrating and putting that into the quantum field together. And then as you all ascend and learn about your own energy and frequency, you change the frequency around you, which then allows the collective consciousness to rise, which this is what is going to be eventually causing more of a split between two consciousnesses on Earth through different human frequencies. So as you are learning particularly about this topic for yourself, just take time to integrate. Do not rush through the process. Do not try to force it. Allow it to just become part of who you are and the understanding of who you are as a divine light and frequency itself. We hope this helps.
It does. Is that why, like, I can have like 2 weeks of feeling really, really good and great, and then one day I just feel blah, and like I just feel blah?
Yes, this is correct. This is because the integration of light does not happen immediately. Your physical vessel, your body, your emotions, the sensations and feelings of who you are as a human need to catch up with the light that is coming into the physical form. So, in those moments where you call a dip, where you are feeling less than great, those are the moments that you are actually working through releasing energies that cannot reside in a higher frequency through the ascension. It is not that you are dipping back into the lowest frequency that you have already moved through. It is that you are dipping a little bit higher than that each time you move. And it is as is a wave that is moving upward. So the dip up and down, up and down, up and down is guiding you upward. So each dip becomes less dense and each high becomes a little bit higher. This is the process of ascension, of moving through many different elements of physical and non-physical, physical and non-physical, allowing density and high vibration to begin integrating as you experience yourself in new ways. So you will continue to vibrate higher and higher and higher, and the lows will become higher as well. Does this make sense?
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Amy?
What are some specific things I can do to help develop my animal communication skills? And what are some things that are blocking those abilities right now?
The ability to do so is already within you. It is that you need to trust yourself with this process. Practice. Anytime a human wants to create something or develop something, there is always going to be some form of action that does take place because you are in a physical world. Many humans forget that when they are trying to develop something or create something or manifest something, there is this idea of if I just think hard enough, it will happen. But there is a form of walking by faith that takes place as you move forward towards goals that you would like to achieve. So in this, the more you allow yourself to believe, the more you allow yourself to trust yourself, the more that you communicate with animals around you just by practicing. Go out into nature and have conversations with the squirrels or the rabbits or whatever may appear to you, and begin to trust the information that you are receiving from them. And over time, this is just going to become second nature for you. You will just feel the subtle shifts where you can open yourself up to hear a message from a being, an animal that would like to give you one or to share one through you in some type of way. So it's all about you knowing you. And the more you know you, the more you know the information coming outside of you. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does. And, every once in a while I do get, random messages from animals or things like that. But I wanted to know, sometimes when I attempt to communicate with them, like my cat or a squirrel or whatever, sometimes I get a message and then sometimes I don't get anything as far as I know.
Well, maybe they don't want to talk to you. This could be possible.
Or, if I'm just asking my cats, like they would want to answer me, wouldn't they?
Well, do you always want to answer everyone?
No.
Well, there you go. It is not necessarily that they don't want to answer you. Sometimes, especially cats, think it's very annoying. You are interrupting them. You are taking away from their time that they want for themselves. Cats are very intelligent. They have very good boundaries. They choose what they want to do when they want to do it. And they often dismiss the ideas of what other people around them think that they should be doing. So sometimes humans could learn from a cat in many different ways, but it is not that they don't want to speak with you. It is just that sometimes it maybe isn't the time they want to speak with you. And you can let them know, when you're ready, please come to me. And you'll notice they'll come to you and then you can have a conversation. Does this help?
Okay. Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you.
I have a couple of more questions. I'm noticing some things starting to shift a little bit more for me. And I feel like when I see people, I can look at their eyes, or I can feel in their countenance where they're at in their denseness or lightness. What's shifting in me that's allowing me to see those things more now?
Your frequency of being within yourself. And the ability to pick up on subtle frequencies and energies around you. So everyone has a vibration about them. Everybody has a frequency. There is not anyone on earth that does not hold some type of an energetic field or frequency around them. And so when you are capable of developing a sensitivity to frequency and energy, you will pick up on what is resonating within another human and the vibration they are emitting. It is almost like standing beside something that is radiating energy outward, maybe an electric outlet, maybe a form or of energy coming through a TV or some technology of your earth, where if you are able to pick up on frequencies, you can feel the difference in each of these and how they are radiating around you and impacting you. And so when you become sensitive to subtle shifts and changes, you can see the soul or beyond the eyes into the soul of a frequency that they are currently residing at, and the lessons or experiences they are currently going through or attempting to learn through their human experience. Does this help?
Yeah, that's very helpful. I have another question, or maybe just a confirmation. So I have a friend named Jackie, and she has a newer dog. And when I've gone to her home the last couple of times, I feel like I'm sensing the dog's soul and personality coming through. Is this accurate, or am I picking up on something else that's wishful?
Yes, you are. You
Okay.
are picking up on the frequency, just like you are the humans in the last conversation we had. This is all connected. So not only are you picking up on energies of the humans around you, you are capable of picking up on the frequency of animals or other beings, trees even, as you are becoming more sensitive to the energetic field around you and becoming more resonant at the frequency of one. We hope this helps.
Yes, it helps just to get some clarity as I'm learning how to trust myself and those different voices that come through. So I appreciate it.
Well, we are glad to help you with that.
I think that's all our questions for tonight.
We have greatly enjoyed this experience with you once again to assist you in understanding yourself in a new light frequency. We love you deeply, and we encourage you to continue to walk your path in trusting yourself. Until next time, thank you. Oh my goodness. All right.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Let me end YouTube real fast. Bye, YouTube.